to me and I don't react after 10 seconds, someone can call me directly. Yeah, so I was saying, if you have in your network, a device needs two addresses. MAC address, that will be processed by the switch, and IP address or logical address that will be managed by the router. So now today we're going to focus on the IP address, how this device can get IP address. So we did say manually, yourself as the network engineer, you type manually. We call it what? Static address. Or automatically or dynamically. Via what? DHCP server. So for a device to get a IP, you can yourself manually assign and you open it. You go to desktop, IP configuration, you see static. Yourself, you can enter, you can type. Or dynamically or automatically via a device that will send IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS to all of it. You see DHCP automatically. You see, you get all of this. DHCP request successful. So today, what we're going to do is that DHCP guy. So I'm going to remove this. Oh, no. I want to remove this. I want to remove this. Okay. So DHCP server, that's chapter 7. So DHCP server, what is it? It will dynamically or automatically assign to devices like PCs, IP addresses, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS. This is what that guy will do. Very important in all companies. And how to configure, we have two options to configure. We can use a router, see this guy. Option 1, router as a DHCP server. We come here, we make a configuration. Then it will automatically assign IP to people. Or option 2, we can get a dedicated DHCP appliance. It means here, you see you have your router, your switch, your PCs, and you can also get this one as a DHCP server. So this is how it works. For PCs to get automatically or dynamically IP addresses. So if I type CMD to view the properties on my network interface card or my IP addresses, type IP config space /all, be presented. And because I'm at home, if I was using a network cable, I use Ethernet adapter, because Ethernet is also the name of the network cable. The technology that is behind the network cable is called Ethernet. So if I was using a network cable, I could use Ethernet. But because I'm at home, I'm using Wi-Fi, go to wireless LAN adapter. So you see, IPv4 address, you see. See, DHCP server is there. It means my Wi-Fi router is also a DHCP server. In fact, a Wi-Fi router is a router, a switch, also a DHCP server, 3 or 4 in one. See? So that IP address, when I got it today at 7:30 because I did restart my my PC. and it's going to expire tomorrow. After tomorrow, I will need, my PC will ask again for a new IP. With that IP, you cannot communicate in the network. It's like a cell phone number. Without a physical address for the switch, you cannot get. So these two addresses are very important for any device to communicate in the network. Physical address or MAC address, logical address or MAC IP address. So IP, we have IPv4, or you can also get IPv6. IPv4. So who wanted to join? No one. You see, so as a network engineer, all of these things, and you should know them. So what is, this is for definition of DHCP server. So if I ask you, what is a DHCP server, what are you going to tell me? Any volunteer?
Good evening, sir. Fabian here. The DHCP server is it's a tool that that assigns IPs automatically to devices.
Okay. So is it only IP?
It assigns IP, default gateway, subnet mask, DNS server as well. So it assigns automatically those things. So we have two ways that a DHCP can assign IPs, subnet mask, and default gateways and DNS. So we have a dynamically way and also the dedicated way, if I have to say that way. That's option 1 and option 2.
Okay, so with DHCP server will assign all of these four. If you configure, DNS will also send. But 1, 2, 3, it will be sent. If you configure number 4, it will be also. Like here, for example, I'm going to add another PC. I add a PC somewhere here. File. I did maybe configuration already. I come here. So before I join, if I go to this PC, you can see that it's blank. If I click DHCP, I won't see anything. So if you won't see anything, it will send you an IP address like 169. 169, it means it's a PIPA. It means either the DHCP server is not there, or it's down, or your link is not connected. A PIPA. It's something you should know. A PIPA. Or a PIPA for English. Okay. Anyway. So please read that. And also, you can check the range. Let me put it a bit. Oh, man. I don't want to ask anything new. The range. It means if an IP, you get an IP starting with 169, it means that PC cannot see the DHCP server. Either the DHCP server is down, or myself, my network cable is not properly connected to a network to get an IP from a DHCP server. So job interview, this one we ask a lot. What is APIPA? Or we can tell you a PC is getting an IP starting with 169. Explain. You should be able to explain everything here. Hmm? Yeah, so you can read. After that, you can go down, especially this. Can read it, very important. Okay, you can do some research on that. So as a network engineer, it's very important. So I put a PC there, I'll link it. I open it, IP configuration, see static. I can myself add an IP 192.1.6, but I want DHCP. See, requesting IP address. Is checking. DHCP request failed. I refresh. Requesting IP. Because in the background, is going to do the ARP, is going to request, hello, I'm a new PC in the network, I need the IP. The DHCP will reply, and all of the discussion. When everything is fine, you see automatically it got all these IPs. You see. So this is how it works. You see that I didn't manually add a IP. No, the PC automatically got from the router, because the router has been configured as a DHCP server. So option one, router as a DHCP server. Mm. So now, to make it happen, you need to do this configuration in the router. So check that first, then I'll explain. Okay, so this is the configuration that we should do in the router. You go to conf t and you do the same thing. So if I open my router, but first thing first, you see, you must activate G000. And so if I open this router, and I type what? Show, first enable to view more thing. Show run. you could see that this is my configuration. If you go down, you must also assign a IP to the default gateway. You must configure and no shutdown. So this configuration has 3 parts or 4 parts. Part number 1, enable the interface at the IP address. Part number 2, everyone here should get this IP 192.168.20, yeah, .20 dot something. You see .20 dot something. Everyone here should get that IP. But you see, this is the range from 20.1 until 20.255. But in this range, we have some specific address I don't want the DHCP to assign to people. I want to keep them to assign to specific specific devices that the IP must not change. I remember my PC, I say that it can change. This IP I get tomorrow is expired. The DSP will give me a new one. So there are some type of port like the default gateway, that IP must never change. A printer, the IP must never change. So I have a group of devices or interfaces, the IP must never change. For that, in my configuration, I type IP DHCP exclude these addresses. So now here, from 20.1 until 20.10, keep them aside. The DHCP will not assign 20.1, 20.2, until 20.10 to anyone. I keep them for myself, being IT engineer. So first thing first, exclude addresses you will need yourself. Step number 2, assign a name to your pool, IPDCP pool CCNA. After that, you specify your network, range, and subnet mask. You specify the default gateway IP address, your G000 address. And if you have a DNS server, to change name to IP, for example, you type www.cisco.com, the DNS will change that name to the real IP to reach the destination, DNS server. Step number 1, step number 2, 3, 4. So these are the configuration you'll be doing.
Sorry, Mr. Max.
Yes.
Question here, Fabian. I want to ask on the exclusion. On the exclusion, okay, let's say the router plays a role of a DHCP. It assigns IPs, all those 4 things on the devices. So now, do you exclude a certain range of devices that you don't want DHCP to assign to assign IPs and other things? So now, automatically, there will be 2 different IPs. The ones that DHCP will assign automatically and the ones that cannot be changed. So in that case, there won't be any conflict, or maybe sort of a 2 separate network.
Okay, very good question. With DHCP, we can never get a conflict because it's a system. So if I do here, you see, for example, IP DHCP exclude address 20.1 until 20.10, the DHCP will start from now. The first IP you'll assign will be 20.11. He will skip 20.1 to until 10. The first IP will be like here. If I open it, desktop. Well, okay, here 20.12, you see. So he want take 20.1 until 20.10. This one, 20.1, for example, I use it to manually configure my interface. You see, 20.1. This one should be fixed. 20.2, I can assign to a printer. 20.3, so you see there is no conflict because I know my IP addresses. And the DHCP will start from 20.11, 20.12, 13, 14, you see. So there is no conflict. If I open this guy, desktop, you see this one start with 20.11, you see. The other one was 12. If I add another one, usually 13, you see.
So Mr. Max, these IPs that you assign, let's say in a static way,
Yeah.
when are they going to expire?
This guy will never expire because we are manually assigned. Static address will never expire, but dynamic address will expire. You see, I have my DHCP. What is that guy? DHCP server is here. When the DHCP will assign you a IP, it has a beginning, it has an end. You see, then the DHCP will check, will leave that IP. You're going to check in the pool which IP is available, then it will give you this one. See? That's why we see all your range. You see? So this is something we'll do physically the day we meet at the Cape Town Sun Center. The second option is to use a dedicated DHCP device. This one is a server. You open it, you go to services, and you see DHCP. You click on it, you activate the service, must put on. There is a name here already for you. You see default gateway, you mentioned the default gateway, DNS server, you mentioned, you see the DNS server also will never change. You see 30.1 is static for interface of a default gateway. 30.2 will never change for a DNS. This type of servers must never change. They should be static because everyone will know them. If you change, everyone will get lost. So this guy, we must never change. When you are done, now you start. It will start from here in this example, 30.21, because maybe I did reserve 30.1 until 30.20. Now I'll tell the DCP start from 30.21. You see, subnet mask is also there. When you finish, you save, and this is your. So when you save, then it'll come here. So check first before I continue. So you can check, I'll be back to you. You can also check again.
Yeah. Mr. Max?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, it's patience here. Sorry, I see there's FTP and AAA and FTP. So what does it help on this device here?
So you see here, so in ITVRA, so like you go to a restaurant,
Okay.
can you please be yourself? Where is an echo? So you see here services, and when you go to a restaurant, we have different type of food. You choose the food you want. So it depends on what you want to do. TFTP, do you want to transfer file from a PC to another PC, or from a PC to a server to save your files, you use a TFTP server. AAA is to manage username and password to check if you're correct. NTP will send correct time to all the devices in your network. If you want to configure email, patient, your POP3 and POP4, or you see your POP3 SMTP to send, POP3 to receive. So packet tracer will stop only on POP3, but we also have IMAP. So it's here you configure. To send email, SMTP only, port 25. To receive email, you have POP3 or IMAP. When you set up nicely, then your email will start working nicely in your company. You see, so there are different things you want, but for me, for us, for now, if you want the web, to set up the web, HTTP, so there are many things you want to do. For us, we do DHCP only. But we'll get time to go, I think CCNA3 will do all of it, most of his ones.
Okay, thank you. I think this is the question that I asked you last time.
Yeah.
That's all about this. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
No problem. Okay, you can check again, then we continue. Okay, so this is how we do for the second one. We configure this one. So we meet physically, we also do that. So here also, if I bring a PC that side, or let's say far there, I connect. Because I did my configuration nicely already, let me check if it will work. I open a PC, desktop, IP configuration. Static, when yourself you can type. Dynamic, it automatically get an IP from the DHCP server if it's well connected or well configured. Let's wait and see. Okay, you see, request successful, and it got an IP 30.23. I did tell the system, the DHCP, start from 21. So it can be 21, it can be 22, 23 until 254. See. I'm going to add another one. File here. Desktop, IP address, go to DHCP. You see, DHCP request failed. You refresh, you do again. Okay, now automatically, because in the background, we are talking, the PC is talking to a DHCP server. I'm going to show you what kind of discussion, what kind of discussion we are talking. Chapter 7. And now, I'll show you the discussion. I think we did in CCNA1 already. Yeah, this is the discussion in the background. So step number 1, the PC will say, hey, I need the IP address. And it will go to a DHCP server because he's the one dealing with IP. And say, okay, because you did contact me, it means you need the IP. This is one for you. And VPC will, okay, thank you so much. I'm going to keep it. And we will say, okay, thank you. I'm going to record to register it for you. No one will take it for now. So that will discussion in the background. So all these terms you should know as a network engineer. DHCP discover, what is it? DHCP offer, what is it? DHCP request. All these steps, step 1, 2, 3, 4, for DHCP, any network engineer should know it. Step to obtain a lease. Now, if you don't like that IP address and you want another one, yeah, you also do. Yeah, any questions?
Sorry, Mr. Max.
Yes.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can you come back again on the previous picture, please? I want just to ask something. Yes, but now in case, let's say, if there is a DHCP discover, but on your setup you don't I mean the DHCP offer don't find maybe DSP request on the system.
If one is missing, if there is no DHCP server, you'll get you'll get yourself a IP starting with 169 IP path. So in case this one is not available or there is something wrong here, you'll get yourself an auto IP address starting with 169.
Oh, that is mean you're gonna still able to create your own.
You won't be able to connect to anything. So remember the IP path.
Okay.
So please read again.
Oh, probably that is mean if you don't find, if there's a missing of one, you must create one a pipe to replace the missing. Am I
You will
right?
yourself, you will yourself, because you need an IP. If you don't get one from the DHCP because it's not available or you have an issue with the link, automatically you will get yourself a IP starting with 169. This IP cannot work in the network. It's just to tell you that, you know what, I cannot find the DHCP. Keep this one for now, but you cannot communicate with anyone. It's not a good IP. It's an IP to tell you that the DHCP is not available.
Correct. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Job interview will tell you, okay, a device is getting a IP starting with 169. What does it mean? I'm asking you also, what does it mean?
Mr. Massey, that means the device was requesting for the IP from the DHCP, but the request failed, or maybe the DHCP is not available. Then it assigns an IP starting with the 169, so that at least the device can, function, but it cannot communicate with the other device in another network. That's what we call it. It's a PIPA. A PIPA, that's the automatic private IP addressing that will assign that 69.
Very good. Very good. So it's very important to know all this, because job interviews or exams, they ask.
Yes, Mr. Max, it's Willie. This 169 IP, it's going to be like a temporary IP, or it's going to stay like that?
It's temporary until the DHCP comes back, or you fix your network cable, or the DHCP is available, then you'll get the correct IP. So it's temporary, yes. Okay, so guys, that's all for normally for today. Yeah. So what is the most important to? So there is something, if I don't like that IP and I want to change it, you can change it yourself by doing what? You tap ipconfig release. If you press enter, I will lose connection because I'm telling the system I don't like that IP. Cancel it, delete it, release it. Then I will lose connection. Then when it's come back, you tap again ipconfig renew. You say, you know what? Give me a brand new. Give me a brand new. A brand new what? A brand new IP. So release and renew. Yeah, so let us keep it short that way. And yeah, we still have time to do revisions, practicals. The day we meet, I can bring a router. I'll ask you to configure DCP. You plug a laptop and we check if really, first thing first, you start with packet tracer. I need to make sure that you understand properly. If all good, then we go live. We go with the physical equipment.
Sorry, Mr.
It's
Max.
very important. Yes,
question here. Does APIPA also works with the IPv6? And how do we see that this
Yeah,
IPv6 and then it fails or the DHCP is not available? How will you see on the IPv6?
yeah, let's check. APIPA IPv6, let's check. IPv6 given APIPA is the link local. Okay. This address automatically self-assigned to. Okay. So we see your answer here. It's a nice one. Yeah, so you can do some research on that APIPA stuff. You can even go to YouTube and so IPv4 is at 169, but for IPv6, FE80, start with FE80. Why you get that? The DHCP server failure or what? It's a very good question. So I never thought about that. Okay, guys, so for today, this is what normally you should know. What is DHCP? This is the definition. What are the two ways to configure? Option 1, router as a DHCP or a dedicated DHCP device. That's all. Anything else, it's extra info. But the most important is this one.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So that's all for today. Please don't forget to tell me when you want your lab. It's up to you. I'll send you the recording tonight or tomorrow. I did send you the recording from another class this morning, but I'll send you this one also. Thank you so much. Have a good evening and see you next week, Tuesday.
Thank you, Mr. Max.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.